So we must preach and proclaim. This isn't go and tell. In fact, that song, like, go tell on the mountain, right? I'm not going to sing it for you. Tell. Like, what a boring word. Isn't that a boring word? Hey, go tell them. And I think that's how we see it. Like, yeah, go tell. Go tell some people. It's not what he says. He says, preach. Proclaim. Declare who God is in your life. Declare what the gospel is, the power of the gospel. And this is why when we live a life on mission, it's not just about going around thumping people on the head with the Bible going, hey, just read it and then you'll understand. Just, I don't know. I like it. My car works better than yours, I think. I go, yeah, I don't know. I like my car. No. It's preach. It's proclaim. It's declare. Be passionate about it. And I get it. I'm standing up here, and I'm passionate often. And sometimes I weep, right? But this is what we need to take. This is not calling preachers to preach. You guys get this, right? This is calling us to preach, us to proclaim. I just happen to do it standing 2 feet higher because God has called me to that. But he calls all of us to preach. In fact, if you're a follower of Christ in here, I'm not preaching to you. I'm actually equipping you. By Ephesians 4's standard, I'm equipping you guys to go and serve and to preach the gospel. Now, if you aren't a follower of Christ in here, I am preaching to you. Right? Does it matter? No. So we go out, and for those who know Christ, we're equipping and we're encouraging and we're exhorting each other. And for those who don't know Christ, we're preaching and proclaiming the gospel. That is what our life is about. That's what we are called to do. Now, you may be going, well, I don't know what to say. And that's totally valid. And I would ask you guys to really sit down and think about how God has moved in your life. Because that's what he calls us to preach. The power of the Holy Spirit that has worked in our lives in unique ways, in real ways. And I'm not trying to get you to like spiritualize some normal type of thing. Okay? So, and we can talk through this, right? You don't want to spiritualize every aspect because then it's like, okay, well, your whole life is like this weird spiritual thing. You know what I mean? It's like there are some very clear points in probably all of your lives where you can go, I can't explain that. I don't know. God worked in this way. And parents, we are called to account for those. We ought to be communicating those to our kids. We should be. I don't do it nearly as much as I should. Because it's those things, it's those rocks on the shore of the Jordan where you're going, no, we're going to come back here and I'm going to point back to these things over and over again because this is where God moved in my life. And you can't say he didn't. Because I can tell you he did. And we each have different stories and we have different places. And maybe right now you're hopeful of a time when God, that maybe this is the time that God is moving in your life for something that's going on in your world. And you're going, I'm looking forward to being able to stack this rock on the side of the shore and be able to come back here and visit this. Because right now this is horrible. But 5 years from now, I'm praying that I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, wow, look at what God was doing. That's where our faith and our trust in the sovereignty of God matters.